All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a feeling I think we've all had. You know the one. We're asking, is this a real gut feeling I should be trusting? Or is this just my anxiety going wild? Is what I'm feeling discernment, or is it just paranoia?
We've all been there, right? Think about that one conversation. Maybe it was yesterday, maybe last week, but you just can't get it out of your head. You keep replaying it, analyzing every single word, the tone of voice, every little pause, just trying to figure out what it all meant.
And that's exactly where the confusion kicks in. Is that little nagging feeling you have a genuine warning? Your intuition telling you that something is actually off here? Or is it just worry? Is your own mind just making up a scary story that has no basis in reality? Figuring out how to tell the difference, well, that's what we're here to do.
So, to get a handle on this, it really helps to think about these two feelings as, like, completely different radio frequencies. The first step is just learning to recognize which one you're tuned into. Because once you can actually name what you're feeling, you suddenly have power over it.
Okay, first, let's talk about the paranoia frequency. Now, we're not talking about a clinical diagnosis here, but a specific feeling. It's anxious, it's chaotic, it feels loud and frantic, almost like a storm kicking up inside your head. And really, its only job is to feed your fear, right? It spins all those what-if scenarios that just leave you feeling totally drained and insecure.
Now, let's switch the dial to a completely different frequency, discernment. You can probably feel the shift in energy already. Discernment is the polar opposite of chaos. It's a calm but alert feeling. It's not some big emotional storm. It's more like a quiet, steady sense of knowing something. Its goal isn't to scare you. It's to gently guide you toward protecting your own peace.
Okay, so having the definitions is one thing, but how do you actually use this in the moment when you're feeling completely confused? Well, that brings us to the litmus test, a really simple way to tell these two powerful feelings apart.
Let's just look at this side by side because it makes it super clear. Over here, you've got discernment. The feeling is calm, but you're alert. The goal? To protect your peace. It's kind of like having a quiet professional bodyguard for your soul. And then over here, you've got paranoia. It feels anxious and chaotic, and its only goal is to feed your fear. It's like a broken smoke alarm that just won't stop screaming, even though there's no fire.
Let's just pause on this for a second, because this right here, this is the whole key. This single idea is your lifeline. The next time you're stuck in that loop, replaying a conversation, just stop and ask yourself, what's the quality of this feeling? Is it calm, or is it chaos? Seriously, the answer to that one question tells you pretty much everything you need to know. So where does that calm feeling even come from? Well, this goes a little deeper than just surface-level emotions. We're tapping into what you might call a deep signal. It's really about learning to listen, not just to your loud, anxious thoughts, but to your spirit. And this really gets to the core of what intuition is. You can call it your spirit, your gut, whatever feels right, but there's a part of you that can sense when a person or a situation just isn't aligned with you, long before your logical brain can piece together the evidence. Your mind wants facts and proof, but your spirit, it's just sensing the energy. So how do you tune into that deep signal? Here's a super practical 3-step guide. First step, you have to consciously hit pause on all that mental chatter. Just stop the analysis, stop the replaying. Step 2, drop down beneath all that noise and just notice. Notice the feeling underneath. Is it that frantic, anxious energy, or is it that quiet, steady hum of discernment? And then step 3, and this is the hardest part, you have to trust the calm signal. This all brings us to our final and maybe the most powerful idea of all. How do you really know you can trust this feeling? Where's the proof? Where do you find the confirmation that you're actually on the right track?
Look, we live in a world that always demands hard evidence, right? We feel like we need some dramatic proof, some big blow-up, before we're allowed to set a boundary or walk away from something that just feels wrong. But this idea challenges that completely. You don't need a crisis to justify protecting your own well-being.
And this is the biggest takeaway. Peace is the confirmation. If making a choice, even a really tough one, brings a feeling of quiet and calm to your inner world, that is all the proof you will ever need. That feeling of peace is the signal you were looking for. It's the sign that you listened to discernment and not to paranoia. So remember, learning to trust that calm, alert signal, it's a skill you can actually build over time. And it's a theme we're going to keep exploring. Join us next time on The Explainer, when we'll get into a very related topic, why you feel drained around certain people. Thanks for tuning in.